Hey everyone, good morning. Hope you're having a great morning. It is, looking at my watch here, 29th of April. The days are running together right now. I'm sure it feels that way for you all as well. I think we're in like day, 50 some of COVID response. So it feels like forever that we've been in this new world. But I can tell you that we're making great progress across the city, across the state, with our COVID responses, and wanted to give you guys an update on a few items that I think you'll find of value, hopefully. I want to start off with the governor's back to normal plan that she announced yesterday, and I know there's a lot of questions in Sioux Falls of what does that mean for our city, and what does that mean for the city of Sioux Falls. We're still kind of digesting what that means here in the city. You know, we have, as has been the case through much of the state, businesses have never shut down in the city of Sioux Falls. There's been some ordinances that have restricted patron limits and things like that, but a lot of businesses have remained open. Some have chosen to close on their own. And so what will the back to normal kind of plan mean for those businesses? We don't know yet. What I will say, though, is that there's an appetite from our city council as well as by myself to look at some adoptions to our current ordinance that limits those patron levels. We want to get people comfortable with feeling like they can patronize those businesses. We want those businesses to feel confident that they can reopen safely and successfully as well. So let me give you a real example. If you're someone operates a bar and they need to be able to tell their employees, hey, when you come back to work, there's going to be enough people here that you can actually make good tips and make good money and want to come back to work instead of collecting unemployment. And so it has to be feasible for these businesses to want to go back to normal operations and to have the confidence that people are going to patronize their businesses. So we're working with businesses on that and helping them understand that the city is trying to do the right things to make sure that when they do reopen, they can reopen successfully. So at 10:30 tomorrow, we have a press conference. You can watch on the City of Sioux Falls Facebook page, or I think the media may even break in for this one tomorrow. We'll have some updated numbers and modeling and projections that we'll share about our peak infection rates that we're still looking at seeing in Minnehaha and Lincoln counties. I will say that the great work that people have done by taking social distancing seriously and the steps that businesses have taken and so forth has flattened that curve. It has flattened that curve. And so both healthcare systems who we spoke with yesterday on a conference call about this modeling said, listen, we're in a spot where we feel the supply will not outweigh the demand. So what that basically means is if people are going to need COVID care, our healthcare systems are confident they can meet that demand right now, and we'll be able to do it with a quality of care that's acceptable as well. So one of the things we've been getting asked about is telework. The back to normal plan from Pierre also talked about telework employees should be encouraged to go back to work. So people ask me, hey, do I have to go back to work now? Do I keep working from home? I will say that that's a question with your employer in your business, your place of business. That's something that the businesses need to figure out. But that's also why we launched our SOAR program to help businesses adapt their work environments and their work practices to successfully allow people who are remote to either come back, allow their customers to feel comfortable in their business. And so the SOAR program is a proactive strategy to help businesses be successful in this new environment that we're in. So if people want to participate in the SOAR program, they can contact the city. You go to siouxfalls.org/COVID-19. Business can reach out and say, hey, we want to have our employees start coming back to work. What are the things that we should be doing? We will help you do that. We will help give you the criteria and some best practices that we think would make that strategy successful for your business or your organization. A lot of questions as well and uncertainty around pools, parks, softball tournaments, baseball leagues, soccer leagues, all these things that people are waiting in limbo to say, hey, will we have a Levitt concert series? Will we have softball leagues this year? And I tell you, there's just still a lot of uncertainty around that, because even if we do have some of these leagues, will they be successful? Will people want to come out and watch? Will people want to participate in them? There's also a it's a reality that we have to talk about and we have to face, and that is our city revenues are being impacted right now, as you know. And so when we talk about the cost of opening pools and hiring all the lifeguards and the staff and all the other things, we got to start looking at the dramatic decrease we're seeing in city revenues. And as a result of COVID-19, there's going to be some things that we're going to have to just determine what's financially feasible for the city. I sure hope in my heart of hearts that we can find a way to have pools open and have the same level of parks programming that you've become accustomed to and that we've always had. But I also know there's going to be some challenging conversations that we're going to have in the months ahead. So on Thursday, tomorrow, we'll share some new guidelines on the parks, dog parks, things like that, which I think there's an increasing comfort level that we as a city have with taking some steps to allow some of those things to reopen. They're not yet, but we'll have some news on that tomorrow at 10:30. So there's also a lot of stuff happening that's non-COVID related, okay? So city business goes on, man. The city continues to grow and things continue to happen and click. And we broke ground on a new fire station last week, Friday, Fire Station 12 at the corner of 41st and Faith. It's gonna be a great project. We're paying for that in cash with no debt. Should be open next year to serve the people of Southeast Sioux Falls. We are starting pouring the deck of the 26th and Southeastern overpass today. Okay, it's the first of many deck pours. So as you know, we're raising the road to go over the railroad tracks there. We're starting the deck pours today, and people will be driving on that by this summer. The project won't be done, but we'll have cars on it by this summer. So great progress happening. The crews are doing a fantastic job there. And the other thing that I've just been so excited and encouraged by is all the people that are getting out and exercising right now. They're running, they're walking, they're tracking their mileage. It's been just so cool to see, man. There's kind of a handful of things you can continue to do and feel safe and comfortable doing during this time. Exercise is one of them. I'm going to actually show you something here. So you're in my office right now. This is a bike that Shields and the Sanford Wellness Center donated. This is a sweet Trek bike that someone is going to win who participates in this challenge. Who's going to win it? I don't know. I will say it's probably going to be someone who has one of the most inspirational stories through this. I heard someone reach out to me and said, Paul, I'm way overweight, and this is the motivation I needed to get off the couch and get moving again. So thank you. It's a really cool story. I've seen some families that are coming together and are going on walks that maybe had never done that before. So I would encourage you to continue to do that. For me, I like to run early in the mornings. It's very good for my mental health, mental well-being. So you can win that bike. Keep running. Hashtag 100 miles in 100 days, SF. And you can win the bike. So lastly, again, just watch 10:30. Watch our press conference tomorrow. We'll have more information to share with you about next steps in the city, how the governor's back to normal plan will work in the city of Sioux Falls. Probably some updates on Smithfield Foods as well. The president issued an executive order requiring those plants to open or stay open. And we're going to figure out what that means for the city, and most importantly, what it means for the health and safety of Smithfield employees, which is top priority in this whole initiative. So we'll be working on that and figuring out how we can continue to work with the Smithfield leadership to get that place open quickly and safely. If you're in the pork producing community or the ag community, you are noticed, you are seen. We understand the ramifications of having these plants closed. They're closing around the country. I would love nothing more than to get those 3,700 employees back to work and get these hogs that need processing to Smithfield as soon as we can. So know that we're taking that seriously and working hard on that. So that's what I got for you today. Behave, have a good day. Enjoy the weather. Get out and walk some miles. Appreciate you guys. All right, take care. Bye-bye.